All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the nation. Really appreciate you all for being part of the mix. Don't forget, hit that like button, share this content. Let's go. Join the notification squad if you like. You guys know how this thing go, right? One way or another, this is your brother, Law Nation. Let's get this thing going. Hit that like button, share this content. Let's go. Let's rock and roll with it, baby. You guys know how this thing roll. Cowboy Nation, baby. We in the playoff. Yeah. Come on. All right. We're going to tune in to Undisputed. This show was yesterday. They was talking about the should you or should you not, the $1 million question or the $100 million question. Do you rest your players? Do you do these type of things? Normally, I would have this out yesterday, but I had some snafu with my computer, had a whole bunch of things going on, but I really appreciate you guys' patience with this whole deal. The nation is strong, right? Cowboy Nation, one way or another, you guys are pushing me to continue to go, even when I don't want to, right? Even when I want to stop doing what I'm doing and just do other things in life. But you guys are right here in the mix, continuing to hit me up on Twitter and Instagram and what else I'm on? MySpace, Black Planet, everywhere. But we're going to get into this quick video. I don't have the picture of the video, but we're going to listen to what they have to say, and then we're going to go back and forth just a little bit until about 15 minutes or 20, give or take. But let's go one way or another, Cowboy Nation. Let's lock, roll, and let's get down before we get put down, right? Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Morning. Right. Oh, you can't hear it all. Okay. Let me see what we can do from here. Appreciate the patience. All right. Shout out to Murphy Law. He's in the building too. Let's see how we can get this audio back. You guys can hear me though, right? But you can't hear the audio. I'm sitting here all posted up. All right, so hey, this is weird. Let me see what's going on with the audio. So you couldn't hear the intro or none of that stuff, right? What's going on with it? Let's see. Yeah, you couldn't hear the intro. Murphy Law. Let's see. What is intro? All right. Properties. Default. That was right there going. All right. This silly right here. This thing is not working. Okay. Why is this is not working? Tell you what. Bear with me, Cowboy Nation. Bear with me. Yeah. All right, we're going to rewind. We're going to jump back in this thing. I lost about 5 minutes, but we're going to get back to it. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to the mix. I had to restart, I had to reload. Sometimes in life you got to do that, right? You got to hit the reset button. But this is what Shannon Sharp had to say or what have you. And then we can go back and forth. This is how I do a show. You know, I listen to what they have to say. Then I bring in my thoughts and my opinions and my rationale. Yeah, let's go, Cowboys.
Where you left off from. Dak, I would play for a half. Because, Skip, I don't want him to go an entire game. Because, and I get it. You can't sit everybody, Skip. You only have 46 guys. So you can't sit your entire offensive line, your entire, wide receiver core, all your defense.
Right.
Somebody has to play. You have to field a team. And I get it. But those three guys I would definitely sit. I would play Dak Prescott at half. Defense, I'm sorry. You don't have enough guys over there. So I'm going to play those guys as long as I can, then I'm going to start getting those guys out. But that's what I would do because I do believe Dak needs to have a rhythm going into the playoffs. And so I would not sit him for an entire game. But I get the landscape because you said if you're going to take Tyron Smith out, you're going to take Zach Martin out. You want to put those guys, he's been sacked 52 times with those guys in there. Are you sure? But I still would play him some, Skip. I would.
You would, because I'm not saying you're wishing injury on him, but it wouldn't bother you a bit if he got nicked or knacked?
No, I want him helping because then y'all don't want you to have no excuses because I know you the king of excuses.
You'll be
King
sitting
of
on
excuses,
voodoo
right?
dolls.
Nah, Skip, I'm
pins
not
in
like
it.
that.
I'm knocking on wood.
Hope not.
I am horrified by this whole conversation. I am horrified by what my owner / general manager / president of the Dallas Cowboys continued to say today on his radio show in Dallas. He continues to say what Jenny just said, no loose ends, no, as he said, dangling participles.
Yeah.
Meaning I want some momentum going into that first playoff game because I'm sure he's harking back to what happened in 2016, Dak and Zeke's rookie years.
Right.
When, remember, at the end of the year, they had not only won the East, they had won a bye, right?
They had the number one seed throughout the playoffs.
They did. So they went to Philly, and they just Dak played, barely played. Ruined his QBR for the year, dropped him to third, but he barely played. Nobody else really played, and they felt like they blew it by not playing in Philly because effectively they took 3 weeks off before Aaron Rodgers visited Jerry World. And what happened in that game? Were they rusty? Did rest lead to rust? Because they came out and started really flat and slowly, and all of a sudden you looked up and it was 21-3 Aaron Rodgers. And once they got their feet on the ground and under them, even the rookies came to play, and they roared back and tied the game at 31-all before Mason Crossbar hit two intercontinental field goals.
Routine field.
Yeah, so this is what say Fula. That's how you say your name. This is what I agree 1,000%. This team during the Jason Garrett administrations, they don't play well coming off of anybody. They don't play well being prepared like through the preseason dress rehearsal games or coming and going into the playoff. They just don't play well. I don't trust this team after a bye. And you guys can go back and look at the tape that I said before. I've been saying this pretty much all offseason. I told everybody, I said, I would rather for us to sneak off into the playoff, get into the wild card, then hopefully from there, the momentum and the hype that we got from going into the playoff, we use that momentum and we ride on a little further. And hopefully that's what football is all about, basically. You need to have those little small spurts to get your team over the little hump so that everybody, because playoff football is different. People take more chances. They game plan a little bit better. People put everything down on the line. If you have a hurt bum knee or something like that, you wrap that baby up and you get out there and you fight. And then on top of that, that's just how life is when you play playoff football or in general when you play playoff sports regardless. There's people that rises up to the occasion, to your occasion. I can't even speak this morning. And then there's people that fold up and fall up and then just disappear. You be like, man, what happened to that person? And I think the difference between this team and what Will McClay been doing in the past years of scouting. He's been going out getting players that played in the biggest stages of their college career. So hopefully some of that stuff can translate or transpose some of that energy over and help these guys out. So that's how I look at it. ATE, shout out to you. Thank you for tuning in. Zodi, thank you for tuning in on the Periscope. Really appreciate you. You bench Zeke. That means that you play versus New York Giants team with one arm behind your back. That's stupid. Play the game to win. Ben Henderson. Yes, you play the game to win. That's the name of the game. You just got to play it to win it. I think Jerry Jones, he knows it. He knows the caliber of coaching that he got. He knows for sure he don't have a Jimmy Johnson. He don't have a Bill Parcells. I'm on this record of saying that if we were to have Bill Parcells in 2007, and I understand what we did in 2006, but if we were to have Bill Parcells for that one more year, I think that the outcome would have been a lot different. I don't think they'd go to Cabo. I don't think that they would sit back and say, okay, let's bring out the pom-poms and and let's just chill, let's relax, let's get some relaxation, let's get some R&R time with our wives and all this stuff. No, I really think that this team focus level would have been different. So that's why my last post was saying like, hey, we just got to stay focused. If we stay focused, then a lot of things can happen. But it is what it is. Shout out to Supercharged Cowboy. Appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Those things shows who Jason Garrett is as a coach. This is from Money Making Mall. Yes, indeed. To me, we always going to have those little side thoughts of Jason Garrett, and especially of Scott Linehan. And a lot of you have any proof on Scott Linehan? Man, just use Google and Google Scott Linehan's head coaching record and offensive coordinator record, and come back and report to me and let me know what you guys are coming up with. So anybody who says, hey, Scott Linehan is really not his fault the way he draw plays, but hey, there's a little saying out there: not everybody's lying on you. Not everybody comes up with the same decisions all the time. So at some point, somewhere, there's truth. And you are who you are at this point. And I'm not trying to throw the man under the bus, but let's just be real with it. If we can just keep it real, we can speak 1,000% from a different angle. I can tell you, everybody have reasoning, but results are what matter. I'm not going to take advice from a broke person. That's just the bottom line. If you want to go make money out there, you're going to take advice from somebody who's doing it. That's just the bottom line. You trying to take life into a different equation. Sometimes in life, you got to look at it from a whole perspective, and you have to say, okay, the reason why I'm here is because of my collective reasonings of how my decisions got me to this point. So the reason why you are in this positioning where you at is because of your decisions. That's just the bottom line. So let me tell you guys a secret. Everyone is self-made, but only the successful people will admit it. So, hey, you are who you are at this point in life, and that's just the bottom line. I wish I can sugarcoat it, but that wouldn't be Law Nation, right? I cannot sugarcoat it for you. Let's get this thing going. Let's listen to some more what they have to say before I wrap this thing up.
56 yards and 51 yards to beat them. But the point is, Jerry's hanging on 2016. This is completely different. They don't have a bye. They have a first-round playoff game at home. And so I want nobody to play at the Giants. I want nobody.
Want everybody rest.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Somebody has to get through the football game because you're just obligated.
Right.
Because they have season ticket holders and the Giants, and they've been paid all this money for the rights to the game to televise it. But I don't care who plays. I don't want Zach Martin to play, and he's the only one Jerry ruled out. I don't want Ty Smith to play, and he's ruled in. There's no way Zeke should even dress for the game.
Nah.
And I got to tell you, I don't want my quarterback out there without 2 Pro Bowl offensive linemen. And remember, Cole Beasley's had this lingering foot issue where he's limping off every other play. I don't want him to play. So I don't want Dak out there unprotected, running for his life, trying to throw it to somebody else other than Cole Beasley.
Skip, look, I understand and I get that the Cowboys are far from a perfect football team. But I think if you get an opportunity to get some rest, you take it. And this is what this opportunity is. But like I said, these three guys, Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, and Zeke, there's no way they're sitting in the field. I get them some work this week, Skip, and, to keep their conditioning up, because you don't want to give them 2 weeks off with no conditioning.
Yeah.
No doubt, man. I'm having a little issues on my replay as far as the audio, but I really appreciate everyone for tuning in to the nation. This is the thing. When he talked about the Tyron Smith aspect of it, we all know that he's been banged up for a minute all this year, and I'm on record saying that, yes, he do not belongs in the Pro Bowl, but he's there by popularity, which is what it is. This is what the football league has all become, as a popularity deal. My thing is, Tyron Smith, we see with our eyes that he's rusty out there. Regardless if you can talk about rest, you can talk about, hey, the guy is okay. He's one of the best left tackles out there. To me personally, this guy, and I have to say this, I'm on record saying this, the guy need to be out there because he's not on sync with this offensive line at times. He holds, and when he gets out there, look, I'm going to tell you how this stuff can be monumental. I guess you can say that. The momentum being switched from one side versus the other. When you get into the playoff and Ezekiel Elliott busts a 50-yard or a 60-yard run, and then you look back and you see number 77, and there's a flag on the play, man, don't you know that they can change the whole temperament of the game? To me personally, it sometimes to me. He don't look like he's setting his feet right. He's not kicking out wide enough. And then on top of that, when you're playing against speed rush, he begins to hold just a little bit too much for my liking. Now, I don't know if we don't have a Bill Parcells, a guy that's going to coach the guy and say, hey, I don't care who you are. I'm going to tell you what you need to do. We don't have that type of coach on this staff outside of the Chris Richards of the world. I don't see nobody getting into the face of Tyron Smith and letting them know, like, hey, you can't hold on this play. You can't reach. You can't launch. When the guy beats you, when you can't chip off of this deal right now, you got to squeeze. You got to get inside a little bit. They don't have that guy that's going to reach out and tell Tyron Smith that. Now, I do know that a lot of people are going to say, hey, man, he's the one of the untouchables. The one thing that I like about those hard-nosed coaches like the Bill Parcells of the world, when Big Larry Allen or Leonard Davis, Bill Parcells still got up in his face and said, look, I don't want you to hold now. If you hold on, you're going to hit that bench. We just don't have those type of coaching out there. But it is what it is. And it's not me throwing any type of hate or any type of salt towards Tyron Smith. But to me personally, he need to be out there getting that rhythm, getting that momentum together, because we do not want to see the first game of the playoff, Ezekiel Elliott busts a 50-yard play, and then all of a sudden we see flag out there. Or we see a whiff on a block or what have you, and then the quarterback is folded up like a wallet, and everybody's saying, "Oh, the quarterback is holding on to the ball too long." Well, the guy let his guy come off the blind side to cream him, So we got to figure out ways. We got to figure out ways to make this thing turn around and stop being so soft on these players and stop giving these guys the pillow love, as I call it, the pillow coaching, the pillow love, whatever. But I could be wrong, They could rest these guys, rest everybody, and then we come out there full marching down the field, putting up 30 points. Come on, guys, that's not happening. You got to play. Got to keep that momentum. That's all the time I have for this wonderful and beautiful morning. I really appreciate each and every last one of you guys for tuning in to the nation. Don't forget to hit that like button and share this content. I'm on iTunes, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. Hit those pages up as well. Periscope, salute to you guys. I don't have the wolf call loaded up yet, Jeremy, but next time I'm live, I will play that wolf call for everyone. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to Nothing But the Best. Salute. Let's jam on out. Peace. Yes. Man, my audio jacked up. I hope you guys can hear it, though.